Boom. So good, people. This is For Show Radio. This is me. Now I'm sitting here on Memorial Day weekend, May 24th, 2020, because technical difficulties messed up that last show. You know what I'm saying? At least down to the end. So, we kind of looking to overcome that. However, I hate to be the one to say I told you so, but right from the jump, I told this dude yesterday, you're going to be drinking all day. You are not going to make a 9 o'clock show. You're not. Yes, I will. Yes, I will. So let's do it early before you, as you put it, in the bag, so to speak. Give me a call at 8 o'clock time when I'm drinking water trying to recover. So I've called him a couple times. He still ain't picked up. This is what we have come to expect from your Cardinal, because we got 3 topics we have not finished up. He started one on the coronavirus and how you all dealing with it. Talk about sports if they're going to come back. We'll talk about the return or the release of one Kwame Kilpatrick. Yeah, wow, man. Hey, I told you, man, he is out. Dante says, wow. Phone lines are open. You know what I'm saying? So 770-369-0181. I stick on for a little while, man, because I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I know you have respect for yourselves, respect for the show. This dude, I'm just going to roast him. But before we go any further, I'm doing some technology checks, all right? So, let me know. Can you hear me well? Is it choppy? Is the camera right? And I say that because we giving some folks some money for this, so production value should be straight. Yesterday, I don't know what was going on. I'm going to get them that one hiccup. But if they can't get it right, we're going to move on to the next one. You know what I'm saying? So is it sounding good right now? We good? All right. Okay. Phone lines are open. 3 topics we're going to cover today. Return of Kwame Kilpatrick. And, that's a special interest to our folks, in the Michigan area and people who may know, Kwame nationally, because he's very well known. Sounding good? Perfect. Shit. May even be his phone. The comments by Joe Biden, which, as a black man, as a black person, I took offense to. And that's, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. And I see both sides of the story. I understand for those of you all who going to say, well, whatever he said, Trump is worse, da-da-da-da-da. I get that. But this is not really, in my opinion, a comparison to Trump. I look at it like most folks, most politically active black people that I know, I had an expectation of Trump anyway. You don't expect anything from him. So anything he may say, okay, he just said it. But if Joe Biden's supposed to be your dude, it's amazing that comment alone. I don't care. Yeah, he apologized. He said he's being cavalier. All of that, that's cool. But to me, it kind of really demonstrated how he thinks, what he thinks about that vote, and pretty much traditionally how the Democratic Party really just takes the black vote for granted. In my opinion, let me put this up because I'm sure some people out there may agree with me, may disagree with me, and I get both sides. If you totally disagree with me, I really like to hear what you think. Call on in, 770-369-0181. Let me hear, your side of it, your perspective. If you do agree with me, cool. That's all right too. It's a holiday weekend, you know what I'm saying? I hope you had a good one so far. Got one more day. Traditionally, back when I was out hanging, this was the night. This was the night we really, really got it in. Sunday before Memorial Day, and sometimes the Sunday before Labor Day, but this is generally the beginning of the summer. Everybody's out having a good time, good music, the whole nine. Let me try to I'll put this dude on blast. I'm gonna try to call him right now. But hey, call on in if you got any feelings on the Biden situation. We try from another phone. Crazy how you gotta try to find this dude. Here we go. I'm putting him on speaker. I'm gonna do this for real radio style. I don't know if y'all can hear that or not. Yeah, the Cardinal, if you tuning in, the Cardinal is MIA right now. After he picked this time, he picked this date, he picked this show, this dude is gone. You know what I'm saying? And not gone because he had a good time earlier, barbecuing, having folks over the whole nine. Now he can't get himself together for this. So I am not gonna let him forget this. You know, that be changing my stuff around for him. You got anything yet?
I'm not in right now. Leave a name.
Y'all hear this?
I'll get back with you shortly.
Yeah. So he like Black Tony for real, like something, man, right? How you just gonna still him? Nope. That is not him either. He just out. But I'll take whatever you all want to go into, whether it's comments or thoughts on Biden, whether it's thoughts on the return of Kwame Kilpatrick. I, for one, I'm very happy that he's getting out. He's coming home. I'm glad that they showed some mercy on it. I'm glad that the president, did something. You know what I mean? And he might have did that to try to spite the party, spite whoever. But either way it goes, this brother made some mistakes, but I think that he was a great inspiration. Same age, became mayor of the city, and he was there, and he really brought, if nothing else, a positive energy toward the city. He's a good dude, at heart, and he got caught up, as we all do. But I feel like he got a really unnecessarily long sentence, 28 years, and I'm glad, that he served 7 of them, and I'm glad he's able to come home. Now, the details of his release, are not, we don't know him yet. But we do know he'll be released to the custody of his mother. From what we understand, she's in Atlanta. Don't necessarily know, what's going on. Hey, man, last I heard from this dude, Kenyon, was 8 o'clock, man. I don't know. And he's the one that pressed me earlier, because we were supposed to do this at 7, if you all remember. Man, we do it at 9. He pressed me early this morning. I'm like, all right, I flip stuff around. Dude, hey, this is the respect he has for y'all and for this show. Now, I'm just playing, but I'm going to roast him on it because this is ridiculous. But taking it back to Kwame, looks like June 10th, June 18th, he's going to get out. From what I understand, in the facility he's in, the prison in Louisiana, there's been a serious COVID outbreak. Okay, and I guess a lot of prisoners have it. 8 of those prisoners have died. So they're going to let him out because of COVID. So for what it looks like right now, they're not getting rid of his sentence. So he may just be going, just releasing him here for home confinement. Maybe they'll take some years off. So I guess he has to be in quarantine for a couple weeks. And they say June 10th or the 18th. That's what they say. He'll be released. So for a lot of people, that's good. I know some folks expect him to come right back to Detroit, run for office. Well, they have a law now where you got to wait 20 years after your conviction if you're a convicted felon and you held an office before you can run again. So he wouldn't be able to run for office again unless they change that law into 2033, because he went in 2013. But who knows? On another note, I'm happy for his family, his kids. They get to see their dad on the outside, just kind of moving forward. It kind of brings the end to a chapter. It was for those who were in the city at that point, it was an interesting time. We had the Super Bowl, had the All-Star games, the feeling that things were coming up. And y'all know the rest. But really, I just wanted, I'm happy he's coming, and we're going to keep you updated on that. Thinking. The Biden comments. I see Kenyon on. I see Dante on. Know we got some more people listening. What do y'all think? Text or phone? Let me know what y'all think. Let's kick it, man. Let's kick it. It's still for sure. It's still Memorial Day weekend. We're going to get down. Our phone lines are open. 770-369-0181. For those who were here yesterday, had the technical problems, the choppiness. Y'all said you were going to call in. Here's your time. Give us a call. We're going to keep on messing with the Cardinal. You know what I'm saying? We'll text him, let him know a little something. Let me know what you think. Okay? Let's see what Kenyon said. He needs to lay low and pay on that bread that he owes. Yeah, from what I read, I know he owed $1 million. I think he's knocked that down to $843,000. He still has some more. What are some ways he's going to make some loot, though? My thought is maybe he'll be a preacher. Maybe he'll lecture. Maybe he'll teach. But my guess is a lot of those contacts he had in the city, They probably gonna look out for him because a lot of folks were behind him getting out. People you might not think, business leaders, people exert political influence. They want him out too. You know what I'm saying? He made things interesting because like right now, who's the mayor of Detroit? I mean, you got to think. Oh yeah, Mike Dugan. But since Kwame's been out, I mean, how many mayors have there been? You know what I'm saying? In my lifetime, for real, it's only really been 3 mayors of Detroit you can really remember. The late great Kwame Young. Nobody's ever gonna forget Kwame Young. Dennis Archer, he did his thing. He most definitely did his thing. And I'll say Kwame. Because after that, okay, all right, yeah. I guess Dave Bang was the mayor. I guess Kenny Cockrell was the mayor. Maybe we had some kind of mayor somewhere in between and the one we have now, who was actually one of the people put Kwame in. Kenya said a book deal. Pete Caramos is big behind Kwame. Big dude behind Kwame. That's CompuWare for those who are not familiar with Pete Carroll's. Dugan was he worked with Kwame's, I ain't going all that. But yeah, there'll be some people behind him for sure. So, anything on that? Going once? Going twice? All right, we let Kwame go for now. Corona in sports. This is where the Cardinal and I disagree. Oh, dozed off coming in. Yeah, okay, you want to come now. I'm whatever, dude. But I'll let him get on in for y'all, man. This, get old, can't hold your liquor. He looking at the wrong side of 50. Get to 60, you got to start planning these drinks out, my dude. So send him the email. He'll come. So they'll look out for Kwame. Oh, absolutely, man. They're looking out for him already. And always have, man, and probably rightfully so, to tell you the truth. Dude brought an energy. He brought excitement to it. And I mean, it was good. It was good at that point to see somebody my age, doing the thing. Social distancing in sports with Eric, I 1000% agree with you. I'm just waiting on the Cardinals. I didn't want to start without him, but you know what, man? Look, he late. Let's just go there. How you gonna do football and you can't touch? Why is the NBA trying so hard to come back? Now, I say that, but I know the reason. We know it's about money. It's about nothing but money. They've been off for 3 months. Not 3, almost 3 months, couple weeks. And they're talking about coming back in July. Everybody inside one complex, I think it's the Walt Disney complex, and they're going to just play, and the people are just going to stay there. I don't even get that one. I don't get that one. Phone line, 770, let me find it, 369-0181. Call on in, let us know what you think. I don't know if it's showing up on our Facebook too. I think that may be just the YouTube. But 770-369-0181. 770-369-0181. College football seems to be all over the place. The SEC is like, look, we about to start practicing in 2 weeks. Now, how's that going to work? Let's say, hold on. This is your Cardinal right here. Having to see what he wants. Those don't come. Okay, you already said that, dude. I know that. Well, come on. Okay, regardless. SEC is about to start now. The Big Ten isn't touching anybody right now. California's on lockdown, so I don't know what the Pac-10 schools are going to do. It's just everybody seems to be rocking their own plans. You got some new comments? Let's take a look. Oh, Eric has got some real good stuff. Call in, Eric. Money and politics have both been major components in all these decisions. I absolutely agree. Kenya's right there. Money and contracts with TV. Now, isn't this a trip? Because in college, supposed to be about the students. If anything else, this should show us big-time college athletics is more about money than kids if they're going to play. I understand the pros playing. Pro sports is a business. I get that. But why in the world are you going to put some kids out there? You offer my child a scholarship, but you're going to risk his life for a football game just because you just can't wait? What's wrong with moving the season to the spring? With the second wave they're talking about coming in, I believe basketball is going to be all messed up. It looks like basketball's going to start, it's going to stop. And it's big money behind all of this. I mean, they canceled the Final Four. would any of us have ever believed before this happened that something can happen to make them cancel the Final Four? It's ridiculous, man. Okay. The dude is here. Bring him on in. Man, you have no respect for yourself, man. None. None.
Shut up.
None. I told you, you too old. You can't drink.
Shut your ass up.
Uh-huh.
Be blessed.
Yeah.
Because the cardinal is among you.
Where's your road?
Strike a pose, you bitch.
Where's the road?
Woo!
Where's
Wait
the road?
a minute. Wait a minute.
Why I tell him? Does he have a towel?
And you know what? Since you requested it, now I was going to take a break. I was going to leave your ass alone.
Wow.
But God damn it, since you requested it. Woo! Here I is.
Uh-huh.
The cardinal is among you. I hope you ain't been talking nothing crazy.
Dude, you have no respect for yourself or others. None.
I've never had respect for others.
None.
And I certainly have no respect for you.
None.
But the cardinal is here and I have respect for my flock. So shut your ass up.
Who made your flock be? Who might your flock be, sir?
Well, the flock is among the cardinals' minions, and they know who they are, and they are present.
Okay.
Yeah, they're minions. They are beneath me, but they are of my flock. My flock is beneath me. Like TD Jakes, his flock is beneath him.
Eric, man, you've been making great points all day, and I agree with you. I agree the eventual second wave will pretty much end any chance major sports will cross-size any sport. I agree. It's a done deal. I would be satisfied if they just called it a wrap on this football season and the basketball season until they get this under control.
Is that what I said? Did I not say that?
No.
I did the hell I did.
I don't remember
that. I said, you're a goddamn lie. Go back and play 2 shows ago.
Okay. You arguing with me.
I said no sports. I said you shouldn't have any of it.
I agree.
Because here's the thing. I didn't get a chance to make my point last night about the fall of Rona, which is connected to all of that. But I'll do it in a minute. I'll do it in a minute. Strike a pose. I'll do it in a minute.
So what we're saying, I was just talking about how it's all spread out. Like the SEC is going to start practicing in 2 weeks. Now they can't even have kids on campus. Now imagine if you had a son or daughter on scholarship. They got this incurable disease that's spreading like crazy, but you're going to bring them up there to practice.
Well, but see, here's my point. Here's my point. And I agree with that. But my point is this. You cannot have a football team at practice. See, they're students. You can't have students on campus without having regular students on. You can't have the student athletes on campus.
Yes, you can.
And not. No, you can't. You can't have the student not during the summer, not during the fall when there's supposed to be classes. You can't have the student athletes there and then have the and not have the students. Do you know the lawsuits they will be facing?
Hold on. There's going to be classes no matter what. Even if classes
are he serious?
There's going to be classes.
But that's if you're having classes, then you're having students.
The classes are either going to be in person or online. That's a fact.
Well, bottom line is this. You can't have the football players on campus and not have the students. You can't do that. They will be sued out of the asshole.
Dude, that's going to happen. Let me tell you something.
It's not going to happen. They're not that stupid.
It's already going to happen. SEC is having practice. They're starting in 2 weeks.
They're talking about this in May. We're in May. Wait till fucking September. Wait till September.
Friday's June.
What have you been talking about the last 15 minutes? That's what I want to know. Because I know your wicked ass has been talking.
So he just woke up, so he's far behind what we're talking about. That's clear. Clearly, he's
dare mute the card.
So,
God damn you.
What we're saying, they're going to have online classes, and what we're saying is we're going to see what college athletics is about, because it's not about the food. It's about that TV money. It's about the NCAA catching all the money they can, and they don't care anything about the health of these students. Because this isn't pro. If it was the NFL, I see the.
Well, you know, I don't disagree with that.
But you're gonna take students and risk their lives over a game, and you just one more point why you should pay them.
That's what I was just saying. I was just saying that.
And they should be.
I was just saying that.
And they should be given an option.
Well, you were yelling at me.
You weren't saying anything because you were asleep. That's what's going on with you, dude. You were asleep. So wake up and make your point.
Stop muting my mic. Listen, that's what I was just saying. You just repeated what I was just saying.
No, you were saying no classes. There's got to be classes. They're gonna have classes.
I was saying you cannot have the football players on campus and not have the regular students. You can't do that. They will be sued out of the anus hole.
Who's gonna sue them?
The fucking parents of the kids who they won't let on campus.
Right now, because it's about money, NCAA has already granted everybody who missed the spring sport this year.
Oh, they're saying it now. That's because they haven't started classes now.
No, you're not.
Of course they're going to say that shit. Wait till the fall.
They gave them an extra year. They're going to give these football players an extra year, too. They're going to have to.
Okay, well, then there's no argument. If they're going to give them an extra year, I'm telling you that if they don't let those kids in the fall on campus, they're not having no football players, because you got to remember the football players and the kids who are taking classes are both students. They're both students. I know that one of them is making the university millions of dollars.
I would disagree with you. I would say one is a student and one is an employee. That's what I would say.
Yeah, but they don't look at it like that.
Yeah, they do look at it like that, because that's the only reason they're pressing.
But they have to hide it. They have to hide it. If they look at it as an employee, they're not supposed to pay them. So they're not looking at it as an employee.
Okay, y'all can tell you've been drinking because you straight.
But hell yeah, I've been drinking. But I mean, listen, the bottom line is this. I understand what you're trying to say, fuck, but you're fucking it up. The bottom line is this. Listen to what I'm telling you. Shut up. The bottom line is this. You're almost right. Okay?
Okay.
They can't admit that the players are employees, because then they have to admit that they're paying them. So what are you talking about? They can't admit that.
This is why I don't like doing shows when you're drinking.
Oh, shut him up.
You didn't
like shutting his ass up. I shut you down.
You literally didn't say anything.
I shut you down. I shut you down. I always shut you down.
Right.
Oh my God.
That's what you
I know for the last, I apologize. The last 15 minutes you all had to deal with just him. Just like last night's show where he wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
And wasn't it beautiful? Wasn't it just beautiful that he wasn't there?
I apologize, y'all. We actually got on point with making some points, and then this drunk fool comes in it like that. So, Nataki, you're absolutely right. They are primary money makers for the university. Generally, they can care less about the classes they take and what they do. They're trying to make money off of it. You know, and that's
Nataki in the house. What's up, Nataki?
The hypocrisy of D1 college athletics is about to be exposed. You know,
we're saying the same thing, dummy.
Mm-hmm. What are you saying?
We're saying the same thing.
What are you saying?
Of course they're hypocrites.
A lot of men makers gonna go broke. Kenyon Central Michigan just canceled their track teams.
Well, Eastern Michigan me and your alma mater and Nataki's alma mater.
A lot of the smaller schools are trying to sue the bigger schools, because like Arkansas State is supposed to play Michigan.
Stop.
They're already threatening to sue, because if that one game against Michigan is 25% of their football budget. 25% the paydays they get is right there. You know what I'm saying? So it's a drip.
Well, I mean, listen, that aspect of it, you won't get any argument. But you are trying to say that the football team, you're alleviating or taking away the fact that they are still students, which means you cannot alienate the regular student who makes up the majority of that campus. You cannot alienate them.
What are you talking about?
Okay? I'm talking about Houston. I'm talking about the football. Like,
at a real school, at a serious football school, they live separately, they eat separately, they have tutors, they miss class. They're not a regular student. They don't.
But they're going to have regular students on campus.
No way. There's nothing.
But that's my point. You're trying to say that they will bring the football players on campus and not the regular students. That's bullshit.
That's already done. That's done. That's done. Fool, that's done.
So where are the regular students? Where are they going to be?
They're not coming.
Okay, so you're telling me, because I want this on tape. Yes. You're telling me that the NCAA will not have one regular student on campus, and the only students on campus will be football players. Is that what you're telling me?
Now listen. I want to make this clear. The NCAA
jack off.
Can I make my point? The NCAA doesn't govern college football. They don't govern college football. The SEC is every conference for themselves. The SEC,
not every conference.
No,
some conferences aren't strong enough.
Conferences operate on their own. The SEC, look, California. California's already.
Go ahead.
Thank you. California's already said none of our students in the university system are going back. They're not going back. Okay, so if you go to a public university in California, UCLA, you're not going back. USC is a private school. USC will go back. Okay, so there's not going to be students there anyway. But the football team, that money-making industry, they're going to be there. Because most college football fans in the South aren't students. They're grown adults. Most of them can't spell college. And it's all about
well, I agree with that.
Money for them. And so they just use the students. I mean, use the athletes. You hear, come on, you get hurt, bye, here comes somebody else. Let's buy us a football team. LSU was Louis State, Louisiana is on lockdown. Right now, LSU, the biggest university in the state, none of those students are going to school. So it's going to be a situation where some schools have programs.
They haven't started yet. That's why they're not going to school. They haven't started yet.
Auburn has already told their students they're not coming in the fall. There will be no students on campus in the fall.
Okay, so what's their plan for those students then?
They're going to have online. They sent them home with online classes. They're going to pick online classes back up.
Oh, okay. So
that's how they finish this semester.
Nobody's going to the game?
They don't make that's not the money comes from TV, not going to the game. And what they're talking about the games now, they had the game spread out. So like even with the Lions, they're talking about they have a maximum of 15,000 seats. So they have 2 seats, 8 spaces in between, 2 seats, 8 spaces in between. They're trying to figure out a way just to keep them.
You know damn well the Lions are not going to have 15,000 people come to see that shit.
15. Yes,
that's
they will.
That's a bad example. That's a bad example.
Dude, they've sold.
You know the Lions are going to have
right come. Anyway, it goes. They're going to spread out.
Here's my other question. Yeah. Why didn't you come over to my house tonight to have dinner? Why didn't you come?
Because I don't want the virus if you're an asymptomatic carrier.
No virus. There's no.
You are a carrier.
There's no fucking carriers here.
No,
you missed out on some beef short ribs and fucking the shrimp macaroni and cheese I made was impeccable. The fucking sweet potato souffle was incredulous. You missed out on all this. You had an invite. You denied you and your family. You denied them a great meal. I mean, what? You gonna fucking cook with your nasty ass? But that's just my point on that. We continue with the show.
I just earlier, man. I don't even know why do people humor how you think you can cook? You can't cook, dude.
Do you know how many people come over here just to eat?
I
come over here just to fucking.
I feel bad for each and every one of them.
They would rather eat over here than eat at their own fucking house. You stupid.
He's just rambling. The game's supposed to be played in front of little to no people. That's ridiculous in and of itself. You know, I don't know why they just call it a wrap. Let's just wait till we got some. You know, clearly faded, Eric. Clearly leaned up.
Eric Buckner in the house. What up, E?
If you were here last night,
what up, E?
We don't need to do the show.
Eric, you are supposed to be a member of the church. Oh, don't sit up and don't. You know, I've been gone for 15 minutes. That's like all. An old drunk uncle. And actually, right now, I am so clear thinking. You know why? Because I have this. You know what this is, you motherfuckers? I'm gonna put this. This is Manuka honey. Plus 20.
Don't listen to him. This is some overpriced honey that does nothing.
$65 a bottle.
Overpriced.
Good luck. Good luck, you fucks.
Is that train you speak here?
Well, I told you I'm over off the train track. We went through this before. But I mean, look, how do you like my robe? How do you like me? Look at me. My God. I didn't give you my profile. Hold on. Wait a minute.
Wow.
Woo-hoo-hoo. Oh my God! When I give them the profile, they fucking lose it. Goddamn mind. Why aren't you people calling the show? Are you sharing the page? Oh. Did you tell them to share the page, you mook? Share the page. If you're watching on Facebook, click share at the bottom. We got to get this word out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the Cardinal is beautiful enough, but I mean, we got to get this word out. Look at my robe. Look at me. I mean, you know, it's magnanimous.
We can move into it now.
Well, we can move to whatever. The Cardinal's ready. I'm so ready. I've never been more ready in my life. I am of God.
I'm gonna just put this up because I thought this is a great point. Excellent point, Nataki.
Let's hear it. Nataki is the shit. Mm-hmm. I taught Nataki, by the way. KCP.
Oh, I'm going to give her credit for being smart without you. I'm quite sure.
She loves the Cardinal. Okay. She knows it.
Mm-hmm. Daughter and the uncle. Sir, this is your topic. The fall of Rona. What do you have to say?
Well, I have said this, and we kind of alleviated a little bit of just a minute ago. You didn't agree.
We can't hear you.
I don't know why you can't hear me. I'm talking. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
God damn it. I don't want to scream, but you people, listen. The fall of Rona. I tried to say this last night. Stop talking. Stop interrupting my fucking
this fool's drunk.
Listen, the bottom line, no, I'm not. The bottom line is this. I believe that in the fall, when Rona comes back, you are going to have K through 12 kids going to school all across the country. If you're a teacher, you know what I'm about to say is true. They don't even have a plan for you right now. And this dummy to my left, he's a teacher. He knows what I'm saying is true. They don't have a plan. So my thing is this. You're going to bring all these kids back when the fall comes and it gets cold, and that's when viruses come and attack. And Fauci, Dr. Fauci, with his raggedy ass, said that that's when the second wave is going to come. And I agree with him because it happened when the Spanish flu of 1918.
Oh my God!
Everybody went to the football. Don't just look it up. If you don't know it, look it up. The Spanish flu killed 650,000 people. Didn't give them the disease; it killed them. Back in 1918.
What happened because they came back from World War I? It wasn't because of
it was in the fall. No, my point is in the fall.
I'm gonna just mute him real quick. He doesn't know he's even muted. The soldiers came back from World War I and brought it and spread it through. That is why that happened in that.
Yeah, no, that's not the only reason.
what's going to happen here
part of it.
in the South? These people are going to
listen to what. This is what I was trying to tell you last night. Why are you going to listen to me? I was trying to tell you.
In front of mutual. They're going to catch this way before the fall because they're out now. These hospital rooms are going to be filled in the South. Can't speak very well. But in the South, where they're ignoring this.
Well, I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that.
I mean, that's going to happen.
But it affects the fall. This is what I'm telling you. I agree with what you're saying, but it affects the fall because it's the fall when your children are going back to school. It's the fall when
we go back to school in the summer.
You go back in fucking August, man. That's the fall.
What is August?
You can't just look at Georgia. They don't go back. They in September they go back in Detroit.
That's what I was trying to tell him. There's a bunch of things they're looking at. They're looking at splitting it up. So if you got a class, half may go Monday, Wednesday, Friday, other half go Tuesday, Thursday. They're going to rotate it. They're talking about having lunch in the rooms at their desks rather than.
That's real cute.
They're talking about not having PE. They're talking about having the cheering, as this fool says. The children over 12 are going to wear masks, and they're just doing a bunch of stuff, but they really just need to look at.
What's up, Christina? I saw Christina at the T-Mobile a year ago.
Christina, man.
You know what? Well, you know what I meant. The bottom line is this. I believe it or not, we're actually saying the same shit.
No, we're not. No, we're not.
No, we are. No. You're saying that. I'm saying it's going to happen in the fall. You're saying it's going to happen this summer. What I'm telling you, it will affect the fall.
I don't want to go back until they've got something going on for this, man.
Well, that's what it comes down to, because you're a teacher, and this is personal, and you don't want to go back because you are a lazy predator-looking motherfucker. You don't want to work.
Or expose other people.
You don't want to work. You hate the children.
And what you don't understand, fool, is digital learning is far harder than teaching in person. It is far more difficult to teach online than to teach in person. Far more difficult. Far more difficult. So you sound silly. It's really far more work. Oh man, Steven, man, thank you, man. Please let him go back. Let that fool go back.
Steve, we grew up together, you bastard. How dare you turn on me?
Really? Can you talk?
Shut up. I am talking. Listen, the bottom line, what's Katrina saying? Read the whole quote. Read the quote.
What?
Read what she's saying. Everybody's not looking at the screen, dummy.
No, you're the one. If you're watching this show, you can see the screen. Everybody can see it but you.
Well, some people might be driving. Why don't you read the quote?
No.
Piece of trash.
You read it.
Oh my God, it's gone now. I can't read it. I am so glad I don't have kids right now. That's a very good thing, Christina, because you know what? I don't have them either, and I am so glad. I agree with you. Right. Well, what's it cursed enough? What do you want me to do? God, do you know how many shots of 1800 I've had today? Jesus Christ, man, I'm trying. You bastard.
So you have no respect for yourself or others, and we ain't gonna roll with this.
I don't respect you. That's what it is.
I love the points you're making. You on the road tonight. You guys need to call in, man. Maybe some of you intelligent people can call in and we can kind of just mute him for the rest of the night.
I will.
The growth of the virus will be because the people who carry the virus more than exactly. People like this mailman to the right of me, who's clearly been carrying the virus since March, just infecting his whole life and everyone else. And laughing about it.
Well, some of those motherfuckers, I wish I would infect them. Some of them, goddamn it, I'd love to put the hoodoo on their ass. Mm-hmm. Whatever, you piece of trash. Listen, Kirsten, I agree with you. I'm glad I don't have kids and I don't mean that to be, an asshole. I'm saying that because that's really tough. These people who have kids, they got to make some tough decisions. Do I homeschool?
Yep.
Do I teach them in the fall? I mean, you've homeschooled.
Yep, and we'll do it again.
So no school in the fall. Okay, so you're helping me with my point. You do realize that, don't you?
You don't have a
If
point.
you're gonna keep your fingers out of your goddamn nose, that's number one. You dig your nose every week. I'm there he goes again. I am sick and tired
Very
of
much
looking at
so.
that.
He's Gary Mulder tonight, Kenyon. Absolutely.
Clean Gary Moeller. Gary Moeller got fired.
And this is how.
Never fire
This is how.
You'll never fire the
What will be a suspension? For those who long-term listeners to the show, you remember some years ago, this fool was suspended for a number of shows. It's going to happen.
Well, I mean,
we can see
that was a mistake. God rest my brother.
We can see that happening again.
Fuck me. Will you stop muting me, man? Why do you keep doing that?
There's a lot
Stop
of people
muting my mic, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who believe this was planned. You know, I just don't like to say that next to Mr. Conspiracy. Oh, for those who don't know,
Kenyon is right.
If you go to
Kenyon is right.
Right now, we do have a bonus photo essay or short film called The Offering. So you check that out when you get it.
I didn't get to introduce. Can I introduce myself? I didn't get a chance to introduce. Oh, caller. Well.
What's up? This is Steve. Dave, boy, he grew up with.
I feel so bad for you, man.
Me and Steve grew up together. You know, Steve used to date Cookie. Did you know that Steve and Cookie used to date each other? I'm sure Cookie doesn't want to talk about that.
In terms of, okay, I got a couple I was in the military. I got a couple homeboys that live in Georgia. Right?
Okay. Yep.
Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
And about 2 weeks ago, I was like, shit, let me catch this $40 flight round trip down there.
Wow.
And they both said, don't come.
Don't come.
That's right.
Don't come because I guess even though the state is wide open, motherfuckers ain't really hanging out like that.
Oh, no.
So there's like
they're not, Steve.
Like, you know, the bars and everything are, you know, they ain't cracking right now. So is that true?
You know what?
Even though
you know what, Steve? I'm gonna give.
Go ahead.
God damn this fucker!
Go ahead.
Muting my. Let me give you a good example of what you're talking about. People down here really are not taking this serious. I'm gonna tell you something, man. I got off work,
he's not about
so I was driving by off work. There was a live band playing outside. Shut up, you fucker! I'm making a point. There was a live band playing outside my job. There was about 20, 25 people out there drinking, no masks. These people down here, the governor talks, and they couldn't wait for that shit. I'm telling you now, if anybody wants to come to,
that's what's happening.
Some people are. Most of these people, you know it, Lee. You know it. Most of these people down here in Atlanta,
in the middle of nothing, it's no virus. It just depends on where you are. That's what I see.
Yeah, but there is a virus.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Now, if you guys have been watching what's been going on in Michigan,
right?
These yahoos and these hillbillies been rolling up to the Capitol with guns and shit,
crackers,
saying open the state up. Now all the black folks at first was like, you know,
niggers.
She keeps extending this shit,
right?
And this time, it's really time to let this shit be open,
right? Right. I hear what you're saying.
Keep extending this shit like this, you know.
Now,
you know what? They getting tired of that big Grinch shit. Everybody was big Grinch for a while and wearing them stupid ass glasses, and they was loving it. They getting tired of that shit now. You fucking with their holiday. You fucking with their holiday.
Can we let the guests talk, my dude? Can the guests talk? Can he talk?
So my thing is,
he wants the cardinal to talk.
Black people. I'm speaking about black people. You know,
they
ready for this shit open, man. And it's really like just go out here and exercise wisdom. You know, use your mask. Use your sanitizer, wear your gloves, whatever you got to do. But open this shit up, bro. It's time. Like, I mean, you know, unfortunately, pretty much everybody knows somebody who's died, or somebody's friend, a friend of friend. You know, I know a couple people who passed away. You know, but
I know, man, that's rough.
I just feel like, man, this shit should be open, bro. Like, let this shit open up.
I feel you, man. Thanks for your call, brother.
Hey, Steve, I got one question. Steve,
hold on a second, man. I want to respond to Steve, man.
Hey, Steve, is he still there? I want to ask him a question. Is he still there?
No, he's not still there. Interesting thing is, on one hand, yeah, I'm doing that, dude, because you belligerent and you behind. Get up on points so I can have you on right. Shoot, he's talking all over the place. I have to do that, man, so we get people in. I wish our governor was more like Gretchen, if you want the truth, because our governor's just buck wild, going against what the mayor of Atlanta wants, going against public health and safety. And I wish more stuff was locked down. See, stuff here, man, he act like he never wanted to lock anything down from day one, you know. And then when they did, you know, they did it for about 3 weeks. Then he opened up the main things that shouldn't have been open. You know, so it's kind of like, dude, and he was doing it, in my opinion, because he knew that those were areas that most Black and brown folks work in. He didn't want them to get unemployment or benefits, and he knew that they were not going to be able to function on the same level that they could function before this pandemic. And it really is almost a way of just running them out of business, running them out. So, I mean, I understand y'all frustration at the crib. That's where I'm from. But I wish our governor was more like that and cared more about us, you know, because it's tragic who it's affecting. And yes, some of them are going to ignore, you know, but dude, our stuff is wide open and it's worse because Georgia's underreporting what's going on. It's folks with all kind of stuff. It's building every night, but they're busy releasing fake reports. They're busy putting out stuff that don't hit. So we don't really know what's going on.
Well, you know what? Part of what you're saying.
Once they find out it kills Black folks, but it just affects them, they got a whole nother mentality to it. They're like, okay, we might
let me tell you,
we ain't gonna die.
Let me tell you something. A lot of what you're saying is true. All of what you're saying is true. And I'm gonna tell you something. I got a friend of mine who works in the health department who said that they are no longer allowed to report what, you know, their health findings. They have to send it to the governor's office first. They got to send it to the governor's office first, and then it's being funneled through there. Yeah. So this shit is fixed.
Well, I
told you, I called that motherfucker.
They released stuff, and they had the days all out of order, trying to make it seem like it was going down, but it was just they releasing fake reports. They're not.
For y'all who don't know, this shit down here is
it's a trip, man. Can't trust it.
This shit is straight up. Don't think you come to Atlanta. Oh, they opened up and they're good. No, that shit is spiked like a motherfucker. Spiked like a leak.
And this right here says it all. All that changed. They realized Black folks were more susceptible. That's for real, man.
You ain't gonna get no fucking argument out of it.
On a good day, they do unemployment down here worse than they do at home. Number one, they don't pay you as much as they can. They put you through all kind of hoops. They try to take you off of it. They look for reasons to kick you off of it. You know, with the real. All the government numbers are wrong. I absolutely believe that. I don't trust in one.
He's right.
So
let me tell you something else.
Somebody that seems like they halfway care, man. You know.
Well, let me tell you this. In regards to when you talking about Department of Georgia, Department of Labor and unemployment and stuff, do you know that when letters are sent to people who live in apartments, that a lot of those letters simply have the building number, but it doesn't have the apartment number? And if you're a mail carrier who doesn't know what the fuck you're doing, you're just going to send that shit back. And that is what they're counting on. They're not even putting the apartment numbers on a lot of these people's letters in hopes that the shit will get sent back. And this is coming from the Georgia Department of Labor, from the unemployment office. These people are looking for these unemployment things to let them know if they qualify, to let them, I mean, it might be their check. When do they get the check? What's their status? So yeah, the shit is real fucked up. That's why I don't call this guy Governor Kemp. He's King Kemp. That's what he's acting like.
Nataki had a good counterpoint. She said her brother passed. It wasn't COVID related, but the paperwork listed is COVID related. Now, I'm not sure. Is Nataki here? Or is she in Detroit? Is she? You know where she is?
She's actually from Flint, so
is she
got a lot of
down
shit
here now?
She's
she's
still in Flint, I think. I think she's still Nataki. If you're still watching, tell us where you at right now. I think she's still in Flint.
Okay, or more importantly, where was her brother? Because I think the state you're in depends on how they count it. Nikki said heard that happen in a few cases. I mean, it's a trip how stuff is going down, but at the end of the day, Ken, y'all hit on the head. These backwoods southern areas about to feel the wrath. It's about to explode here, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana. It's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. Oh, Dante said the same. Okay, so the crib they running something different.
I've been saying it the whole time, and all this is connected to the race war. You do know that.
Okay.
You do know that all of this is connected to the race war. Every goddamn bit of it. At this point, you can't even deny it.
This is connected to the race war.
It really the fuck is, because you know that it's disproportionate with black and brown. Why is that? Okay, so what's happening is you got a lot of these dirty ass crackers who are sitting up here, going up in Lansing and saying, "Oh, it's the people in Detroit who got me." We're not. They're saying that we don't have our rights because those Negroes in Detroit have the COVID, not us. You know what I'm saying? So that's where the race bull crap comes in. Okay? That's why a lot of them, you saw some of those people going to Lansing and had blackface on. What the fuck did that have to do with COVID-19?
Who got on blackface?
You see what I'm saying? Oh, did you see there was a chick?
No,
Google it. Went right to Lansing.
I saw automatic
weapons. There was a chick.
I saw a Joker mask.
Anybody who saw that, put a text up, send a message up if you saw it. I'll Google it. I'll show it to you later.
Okay.
I'm too drunk to find the shit right now, but it's the fucking truth, man. It's there. Damon knows it. It's the truth.
Okay.
It was a motherfucker that went up there in blackface. Like, what does that have to do with what y'all protesting about? Everything is race now, man.
Dude, those were coordinated protests, man. Those weren't just people. Those people are backed by Trump donors. A lot of them are paid to get up there.
Exactly. Oh, I agree with that. I agree 1,000% with that.
Eric says here in Michigan County, anyone who has COVID-19 in their system at the time of death has a COVID-19 death, regardless of actual. Well, I mean, if you got COVID in your system, I mean, I don't know how you don't count it. I mean, I don't know on that one.
Yeah, but I think what he's trying to say is a lot of people are having COVID symptoms.
I get shot.
They don't have these
I get it.
But they're attributed to that, right?
That brings more testing and more awareness. I'm not as upset about that than down here trying to pretend like nobody has it and it's killing people. That I think I'm more concerned with trying to.
Read that comment that Christina said. Read that comment.
Read this comment. Kirsten said, "I think these white people think they can't catch it. They about to get hit because they're the main ones wanting to be serviced by black and brown folks." Got you. For Show Radio, you on? Go ahead.
That shit in Lansing turned into a hate rally.
Gotcha. I agree.
They started off protests, and then it turned into Nazi flags, Confederate flags.
Stephen now.
The governor and all that shit. And really, I don't know what in the world. Why would you let people in your capital with weapons?
Gotcha. Because that's their Second Amendment right. Oh, we have.
Well, Steve.
AR-15.
Exactly. That's their God-given right.
Steve, you have to understand
Oh, I agree.
Inside a chamber where people are making your laws.
Well, guess what, man? A week later, some black armed folks came in up in there with a black state senator. That's changed now.
They will blow them right out the door.
Surprise,
They will
surprise.
blow their heads off.
But I just had to call back and say that tell Dave, I don't know what the fuck Dave is drinking.
Exactly.
Listen, Steve, you raggedy bastard. Let me ask you something, Steve. Are you still on the phone?
Appreciate you.
Hey,
Steve.
Listen, Steve. My question is, Steve, are you still the pussy go getter?
Really?
That's what he used to call himself.
And this is why, I mean, you know, we try to have a show, my dude. You know, this is why. You know, just get yourself together, man. You gonna Drake, handle it. Kenya says hospitals get extra money with coronavirus deaths. Kenya, I'm tired of it, man. Call, man. Call this number. You got good points. Two.
Didn't Kenya call last night?
Call. He did? No, he didn't.
Didn't he call? Was he one of the calls? Well, Kenya, you need to call because you text a whole lot.
I want Kenya to call. I want Kenya to call for a minute.
Look at Steve say, yes, sir. He's still the pussy go get. Steve, don't you call here and desecrate me, man. I raised you. God damn it.
All right, my dude. Have you made your points, my dude?
I said everything I say, and when I tried to say something else, you cut me off. You disrespect me. So I don't disrespect you.
Race underlies, no, I agree with that. And race underlies most of our social ills. And
well, hasn't the Cardinal been saying that?
Well,
don't I say that?
No, you say it underlies all of them.
Bullshit.
You say it underlies.
There's a race war coming.
All of them.
There's a race war coming.
Most of them I agree with. Which moves us to the next point. Joe Biden.
Cookie, what's up, Cookie?
If you don't vote for me. You ain't black if you don't vote for me. Here we go.
Uh-oh. Here we go. You said Joe Biden's name.
So radio, state your piece. What up, Kenya?
What's going on?
Yeah, you called him out.
You got the floor.
Okay. Well, pretty much, man, everybody knows that, you know, just like what it's a consensus, man. Everything is pretty much, this is a plan, the ordeal that's going on, obviously, you know, is dealing with the economics of everything that's going on. Because a lot of these folks, certain percentage can, you know, cash up, you know, especially with stocks and everything going down. Then, of course, shutting states down. Everybody, you know, in a state of panic, frustration, things like that. So it's just a matter of everybody just, you know, maintaining a level head about, you know, everything that's going on. And then just pretty much, you know, just doing the best that you can possibly can to keep that immune system, you know, on point, you know, as far as like boosting it up with, you know, the proper foods and vitamins and supplements. And then, like, as far as, like, the deaths, a lot of these deaths is they padded the numbers because it's money into that, you know, obviously.
Okay.
You know,
my bad.
Obvious with that. And then, you know, with what's going on in Michigan, hey, I give Gretchen props.
Me too.
You know, trying to keep all that, you know, keep the numbers down, but, you know, you're going to have the knuckleheads that's going to be defiant. But you got to think. America was built on being rebellious. You know, that's a given fact. You know, no matter what ethnicity you are, people just gotta, you know, follow instructions and just ride it out. But she's doing it as far as like for her little political agenda. Because just by, you know, locking the state down, she can at least say that she did what she was supposed to do as far as like the best interest for everybody in the state of Michigan. And if folks don't, you know, stay in, you know, she can use that. Well, hell, she can pretty much be like, well, hell, I told everybody to stay in. The more that they don't listen, I'll just keep pushing the, you know, pushing the little time back, you know, even more.
I can't hear.
You know, sick and dying, then she, you know, is pretty much one of those, you know, catch-22 type situations.
Absolutely.
You know, just to cover her ass for the most part.
Absolutely.
You know, if
then you got some of, because I'm in Tennessee right now, and they open it up, and it's going to be a matter of time because it's going to be another 1 or 2 waves of this, and once it hit these little backwood areas, it's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
So as far as like coming November, as far as like for voting and stuff like that, it's just a big mess. That should have been wasn't prepared properly. With the leadership on both parties up in D.C. obviously. And then they keep in things. They only want us to know so much, but then at the same time, I think we should know what needs. They ain't putting stuff out there that we that we need to know as far as like the numbers and all that. They want to keep everybody panicking and frustrated. Bottom line, as far as like not letting us know what's really going on, and hopefully because I was been doing a lot of research and watching a lot of podcasts on YouTube. This weather got to start breaking in, so that way, some of this heat can suppress, some of these germs and stuff. So it is, just got to have faith, and for the most part, just ride it out. And you're supposed to, as a grown adult, you're supposed to, be up on your hygiene. I'm pretty sure you in the car, seeing some cats come in the bathroom where they, sitting on the toilet, finish handle their business and walk right out the door without washing their hands.
That's the Cardinal.
Don't wash damn hands. That's my co-host. Nasty bastard.
Being tight on your hygiene as far as like doing stuff that you normally supposed to be doing, but it's just like now you gotta go the extra mile to do certain stuff like wiping doorknobs, hand sanitizer. But hell, half that stuff is you can barely get certain stuff, to stay on point. So, like I said, it's just a big mess, man. That that they planned. It's definitely a big plan, for population control worldwide, but definitely here in this country, especially with it wouldn't
Global 2000
during the election year. That's when all this madness, starts taking place.
Hey, man, it's your first time calling. You spit a mouthful, man. I'm glad you did. Don't let this be your last, brother. Kenyon, excellent points.
I always support y'all brothers, man.
Oh, I know you do.
Whenever I got the time to, sit back and listen, because that keeps me on point as far as, I like, the bond and the vibe and everything. So that way you seeing, everybody, got their different points of view, but we all, have a little concern about everything that's going on, especially with the sports situation. Because it's sick that no NBA action, no March Madness, and I just want to see how they're gonna do this. Because it's a lot of money tied into these TV contracts,
right.
Especially on a collegiate and pro level. So they definitely missing out money. And then hell, these athletes, especially these pro athletes, especially in the NBA. They got that disaster clause, on their contracts where a lot of them cats ain't getting paid right now.
Right. They already got to take the hit. But shoot, let us hit this last topic, man. But
unless you're a LeBron James type,
right.
You like a superstar type cat,
right.
Sit and not, really, stress about, maintaining. But some of these guys with lower contracts, they feeling it. So of course they want to hurry up and get back to action, but it's just going to be different where, fans can't go to the arenas and support their team. But hell, at this time, I would much rather just watch these dudes on TV in the empty arena or wherever they're going to play at, just to, continue on with the season, especially these Lakers, man. They with me being a Laker fan, I wanted to see could they finish it off and win title number 17,
exactly.
In the mix. But that remains to be seen. I know I said a mouthful, but I was just trying to get as much.
Hey, man, and we let you, man. We appreciate it.
Oh,
we about to jump on that right now, man. Bet that. Here we go into it now, man. Appreciate your call. Appreciate you, brother.
Okay.
All right. Spit that truth, man. I love it. And don't let Kenyon be the last, man. This is not just about us. This is the people show. The people need to kick it.
Kenyon is a member of the church.
No, brother.
That's why he sings. That's why he's.
Steve raised the point that we're gonna move to Biden. Yeah, it's not just pro.
Oh, praises due to Kenya.
High school. It's AAU, youth football, basketball. Man, they hurting. It's what these kids do. Actually, it's more than it is the extra pro. This is their thing for the summer, for the spring. That's knocked out.
Hey,
you know.
Well, let me ask you something. What do you think about the graduations? What do you think about the graduations that took place and the kids that was crying? And
my niece is one of those, man. I felt for them. I did. But I mean, at the same time, this is going to be a year they never forget. I mean, most of us have forgot our high school graduation or college graduation. It was a big deal, but this is something they will never forget. And not just the weddings, the funerals where you can't say goodbye properly to your loved ones, the time we can't see each other. You know, it's deep, man. But I want to move into this because we're running out of time. I want to move into this "You Ain't Black" Biden topic. I'm gonna say this, and like some of you will agree with me, some of you ain't. I'm just like this right here. That was highly disrespectful. I don't care the reason. I don't care to compare him to Trump. So what? Yeah, I ain't voting for Trump. But it's a difference between me voting for somebody because I really don't feel like I have a choice and being enthusiastic about it. I'm not enthusiastic. Unless I see Abrams on this ticket, I have zero enthusiasm for this dude. I feel he's incompetent. I feel he's arrogant. I feel like he's straight up racist too. Really, I feel he spoke his mind. I don't expect nothing from Donald Trump. So I ain't thinking about him. You know, but I expect more from you when black folks bailed you out. When one for black folks, you wouldn't even be on the ticket. So I don't know if you just been around the civil rights Negroes too long. I don't know if you think you was Obama's vice president, you could tell somebody if they black or not. Whatever, man. And much love to Charlemagne for an interview where he pressed him up on a bunch of issues. Any candidate that's gonna get my vote, they need to answer to me as to what they're gonna do for me and my community. So I ain't even trying to hear all that. But that's why I'm at. You can make all that you want because I know you don't even know what we're talking about. So go.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you what I think about it. The bottom line is, I don't trust no politician, so I don't know why y'all so upset about.
Not about trust.
It's not. Why y'all so upset about what this dumb motherfucker said? It doesn't matter.
No.
Yes, you are. You are completely upset about it. He stole your vote. You were Biden 2020.
What?
And now yes, you were. Yes, you were. And now you don't know what to do because
ain't nobody know Biden. You sound stupid. Never been. Oh, another comment.
You always move,
bro. For Show Radio, state your piece.
I had to get on you on that one.
What's that?
It's Steve.
Yeah, go ahead, Steve.
Steve!
No, I'm telling you that he can't take my vote for granted. I'm saying that, yeah, fuck him. Bottom line.
Okay, so let me ask you this.
Shoot.
You got a misogynist, a racist,
right?
Somebody that has stirred the pot in America,
right?
Really, I'll be honest. Me and my family had a conversation the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Trump has destroyed the whole of America. It's not the same here, man. If this motherfucker get voted in 4 more years, bro, it's a wrap.
It's not about Trump. I don't expect nothing from Trump.
Okay, so
he's coming back.
So to be honest with you, what Biden said was really the fucking truth. If you vote for Trump, you ain't black. Fuck it.
No. I'm gonna tell you like this, man. I think this is the problem with black people all voting Democrat. They don't respect us, and the Republicans don't have to do nothing for us.
I think they take us for granted.
Absolutely. So that's my thing. They don't respect you, and I think that was just zero respect. This fool was coming in 4th in primaries, hadn't won nothing till he got the black ass South Carolina. They pushed him over. They strong armed everybody else in the dropping out, and they put him in there. And to me, he should be kissing black folk behind because they're the only reason he's in there. So I'm not about Trump at all. But I'm about this the dude that y'all calling us, and this is what he think. He shouldn't even have the nerve to open his mouth and say that. That's what I'm saying.
Both parties are full of shit.
But at the same time, no, dude, you can't just say that. So you know.
Both parties are full of shit.
And I don't think it was nothing personal.
Yeah, he full of flubs. I think that was his real thoughts.
Yeah,
I mean,
let's just hope he remembers to put his pants on when he debates
exactly.
Trump in November, because the motherfucker old as hell.
Right.
Oh, he's gonna get fucked in the ass.
That'll make me feel a whole lot better. I would like to see. I'd like to see a
both parties are full of.
Okay. Since you said that,
mm-hmm.
what about Kamala Harris?
Nope. Nope.
Same here.
I don't want her.
Both parties are full of shit.
I do too.
Both parties are full of shit.
I don't think he wants nobody on this going to clearly outshine him. I mean, she's clearly smarter and sharper than him.
And I don't think you think she would even do it.
Yeah, I think she'd do it, but I don't think he would pick her by a law.
Oh, Steve,
I
just wanted to say, I feel like, everybody's making this big deal about him and say, oh, if you ain't black, if you're voting for Trump. I feel like he was really on the right path with that shit. Like, fuck it, you ain't. I mean, because this motherfucker, dog, and I hate to keep cussing like this, but I've been drinking like the
Keep cussing.
But no, man, I really believe that it was nothing personal, and I think he was just trying to be funny.
I think he was too.
And God forbid a white person be funny with black people.
Well, I mean, you gotta naturally be funny. Like, okay.
Well, we don't have any sense of fucking humor.
It's just the same fake to me, man. It's just like, come on, dude. And just don't want to be authentic and be yourself. Because that was just my thing with him. But no, I'm not with Kamala at all. Stacey Abrams all day long. That's pretty much kind of it. That'd be the only person to get me excited about him and his ticket. He need to get some black folks around him.
Stacey Abrams couldn't even beat Kemp. Are you fucking serious? She couldn't even beat Kemp.
I feel like that's just.
Oh, stop it with her Aunt Jemima shit. Her Aunt Jemima ass. She couldn't even beat Kemp.
My next flight, my $40 flight. I'm coming down there one way. I'm gonna stay at your crib.
Exactly.
No, you're not. No, you're not. Your ass is gonna stay at the Greyhound station.
Appreciate you.
That's it.
You guys are giving us an outlet to speak our mind like this, because we need it.
Without a doubt, man.
Listen,
I'm gonna get
Steve, you tell the people I raised you. I raised Steve. You hear that? I raised him.
I want to get to this comment Kirsten made because I agree with this wholeheartedly. This is black folks' problem. We've got to get some unified policies that we demand in exchange for our vote. We aren't even on the same page.
You'll never get that.
I agree.
You can forget that. You can forget that.
Listen,
you
man,
can forget that.
Money or votes behind a candidate, they got stuff they demand and they expect. We act like we just can't expect anything out of anybody we vote. Don't say that about him. People running to defend Joe Biden for this ignorant statement. I don't care if you vote for him or not. You can check him. Your vote is your check.
Yeah. Well, I'm not
even thinking about Trump's not even in the equation. But there were plenty of candidates that I thought
Trump doesn't matter. Trump doesn't matter.
There's a bunch of folks.
Let me bring you up to current events. The nigger race is married to the Democratic convention.
I missed what you said. Kenyon agrees with you about saying, what did you say?
I said the nigger race is married to the goddamn Democratic convention. You know it.
I'm not.
We are married. You may not be. Oh, stop! You know most black people are married to the fucking Democrats. They will prop up a dead Bernie Sanders over Trump. They are married to the Democratic convention.
Nah.
You know it. Now don't you lie, you bastard. You almost made me come out my beautiful robe. Look at me.
There's a need for it.
Look at me.
Okay.
They're married to the fucking Democratic convention. Like slaves.
Cardinal Dave, what do you think about the statements You ain't black by Joe Biden.
Well, I mean, listen, it was a fucking joke. But here's the thing, I don't care because I don't love none of these politicians. Take the call, god damn it.
You good? For sure, speak your piece.
Take the call.
It's on.
Hey, it's Kenyon again.
Go for it.
Kenyon, member of the church.
On that Biden interview with
Charlemagne.
Whatever that dude. Yeah, man. That dude, he let him off too easy on that, man. He should have put a little bit more heat on that old dude's ass, if you ask me.
Okay.
Because basically he was talking on that interview, because I watched the interview twice.
Right.
Watched it twice. That was just all pandering, man, trying to get votes.
But you know, Kenyon, you know, he that's the same person interviewed when Hillary Clinton said she kept hot sauce in her purse. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. Watched that interview too.
Yeah.
Hot sauce in my bag.
Man, with this dude, man, it's obvious that it was strategically planned, because the main cast that was like the Bernie Sanders and me personally, pound for pound, the best candidate that was logical, you know, you might disagree with me, was Tulsi Gabbard. You know, I was digging her. I was digging her policies. I like the fact that she was a veteran. She's a woman of color, you know, and she was holding both Democrats and Republicans accountable. Elite status. She was calling their asses out. That's why Hillary Clinton didn't like her, because she was calling Hillary out.
She was threatening that status quo. I got you. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, and this gets to the point, man, as far as, like, you know, people of color, and when I say that, I'm talking about, you know, those of African descent, as well as these Latinos, as well as Asians, and hell, even some of these white folks that's struggling, you know, the so-called poor white trash, aka sways out here. Everybody gotta, you know, we gotta have a meeting with a third party that's actually gonna be, you know, serious on certain
sways.
So for the working
what is that?
With the other two parties, you know, they headed monster
all day.
You know,
all day, my dude.
Just different, you know, ways of how they, you know, initiate, because they all the same. They work together. That's obvious. It is, you know, it's getting pathetic. But you got people, you know, set in their ways, because, you know, the Democratic Party ain't the party grandparents and parents back in the 50s and 60s, you know, or hell, even
maybe they are, and that's the problem, because it ain't the 60s no more.
Because you got to look at the programs that Roosevelt was initiating, and now, you know, they want to label, you know,
what are sways?
Social Security, welfare, and food stamps. That's social programs, right?
Right, but I'm looking at the 60s, how they shut down Fannie Lou Hamer and the Freedom Party, the same way they shut down Bernie Sanders, the same way they shut down
all the way
progressive black and brown voices. You know, they do the same thing.
You said a key word, man. It's got to be more progressive thinking politicians. But, you know, I put blame on voters. We the ones that's put the blame. You know, as far as like voting in, we already know, you know, what the snakes look like, but we still put them in. That's on a local, state, and definitely federal. So all this shit really has to change, man. It's going to take voters as a collective to really, you know what I'm saying, it's strength in numbers. You know,
appreciate
especially with these votes.
Good stuff.
With these votes.
Good stuff.
Hey, Kenyon, what are sways? What are sways?
He asked you what sways are. I'm going to make this point real quick. I'm real tired of everyone, and a lot of times it's black people. I'm sick of folks getting on black voters. I'm tired of people getting on black voters in the Democratic Party, because nobody is more loyal to the Democrats than black people.
I just said that.
Voted for Trump over Hillary Clinton. White folks went for the other side. Black people vote 90-some% Democrat, and folks still fussing about black people to get out and vote. Most people don't vote. This is how the election went down. 63 million people went for Clinton, 60 million went for Trump, and 100 million did not vote at all because they know it's all BS. You know,
it's all bullshit.
When they talk about people voting, it's like, miss me with that black folks don't vote. They vote entirely for one party. That's the problem. When we all vote for
I just said that.
We vote for a party that don't even represent our interests as a whole. So that's crazy.
I just said that.
We can kind of get together, have our own platform, have things we want. We interview both parties because you ain't got to like a party. Interview both parties and say, hey, look, this is what we need for our vote. Hold them hostage with it, but just giving yourself to one group of people who going to ignore you anyway, man, bump that. I just still can't believe this dude had the nerve to say that.
Did I not just say that? Did I not just say that the Democratic Party?
I don't know what you were doing.
Oh, nigger, you heard me. I said the nigger race is in bed.
He flying down to stand with you. All right, man. It's 1:20, man. It's been a beautiful show, people. Listen, check out our.
Wait a minute, we're not done. I got more to talk about.
Hey, well, hey,
I don't care. I was 15 minutes late. So what? We can talk all night.
I think Stacey Abrams is perfect for this role as vice president. Reality, I think she's smarter than he is. I wish you could flip the ticket. So I'm down with Stacey Abrams. You know who's not down with Stacey Abrams? The Black Democratic establishment. That's why
you don't even know her name.
None of endorsed the governor for real. Kenya just broke
Adams on some shoes.
He said, "A suede is that poor white trailer trash MF used to see at the carnivals with the cigarette pack." I've never heard that term rolled up in t-shirt sleeves.
That's never heard that.
Man. Hey, it's been real, y'all. Happy Memorial Day weekend.
You come to show up for?
Because I got to go. Get on time, dude. Do that.
You don't have nothing to do.
Exactly. You got anything to say?
What do you want me to do?
Let you go.
Oh, I got something to say.
Say it.
Strike a pose, bitch.
All right, we see y'all Friday, 9 o'clock, man. Have a good one.